Hello friends, very good and chilly morning to all of you. Dear friends, I really hope that you all are basically excelling in every aspect of your lives. I, Kunal Nagpal, would like to welcome you to this great economic platform wherein today we are basically going to analyze the core aspects of international economics pertaining to Ukraine-Russia conflict. The Ukraine's president, Mr. Zelensky, seeks PM Modi's help with the peace formula. Russia-Ukraine war live updates are as follows. That is, the Ukraine's president, Mr. Volodymyr Zelensky, on 26 December 2022 said he sought India's help with implementing a peace formula in a phone call with the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. The conversation comes at a time when India, which has not explicitly condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine, is actually seeking to strengthen the trade relations with Moscow, while the Western nations introduced new measures to limit Russia's funding of the war. I actually had a phone call with the PM Shri Narendra Modi ji and wished a successful G20 presidency, Mr. Zelensky wrote on Twitter. It was on this platform that I announced the peace formula, and now I count on India's participation in its implementation. Mr. Zelensky asked the group of 20 major economies last month to adopt Ukraine's 10-point peace formula and to end the war. India's foreign ministry did not immediately respond to a request for the comment seeking details for the phone call between Modi ji and Mr. Zelensky. India has actually emerged as the second largest buyer of Russian oil after China this month, after taking the barrels of Urals crude at well below a $60 price cap agreed by the Western nations. The country's foreign minister has said that as the world's third largest consumer of oil and gas, where the income levels are not high, India had to look after its own interests and called Russia a steady and time-tested partner. Reuters also reported in the month of November that Moscow had sent India a list of more than 500 products for the potential delivery, including the parts for cars, aircraft, and trains, as sanctions squeeze Russia's ability to keep the vital industries running. So, we find this write-up quite interesting as it entails the major developments happening pertaining to Ukraine-Russia conflict and how Mr. Zelensky approached our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji's for seeking help with the peace formula. And he also wished us all the best for the upcoming G20 summit as we have assumed the role of its presidency. Now, my dear friends, as we know that we are progressing at a very rapid pace towards the digital economy, so the rising trend of this overall digitization and 5G rollout is actually to bolster India's data centers further in the coming year 2023. With the growing digitization and internet penetration in India, coupled with the importance of smart technologies, the IoT-powered devices, big data, and the rollout of 5G network is expected to boost the data center and related real estate market further in 2023. The data centers in the country have already emerged as one of the most attractive growth opportunities for the global investors and leading developers. Investments are flowing into the data center segment with multiple new markets created simultaneously, along with the rapid development of campus sizes in the key cities including Mumbai and Chennai. The global majors like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon have already started setting up their hyperscale data centers in India. The data center industry is actually expected to close the year 2022 with robust demand growth, with estimated absorption in the range of 150 to 170 megawatts, showed a JLL India study. This impressive growth can actually be attributed to the delivery of the pre-committed supply to the hyperscale cloud service providers. The India data center industry is expected to add 681 megawatt capacity by the end of 2024, leading to a doubling of the capacity to 1,318 megawatt that will end 7.8 million square feet of the real estate space. So this requirement is actually essential. Mumbai is expected to account for 57% of the new supply, followed by Chennai at 25%, said Mr. Rachit Mohan, Head Data Center Advisory, India JLL. According to him, the increasing trend of the overall digitization is actually expected to save costs and make organizations resilient in times of uncertainty, which will be one of the key drivers of data centers' growth in India. The impact of 5G rollout, personal data protection legislation, and investment incentives is expected to drive multi-year growth of Indian data centers. Experts believe the data center ecosystem will actually continue to thrive over the next decade, and the demand will continue to increase owing to the digitization wave. In 2023, there will be a renewed focus on data protection and security, and the need for edge data centers will continue to rise. Further, the data centers are crucial to the rollout of 5G. Data centers are anticipated to make improvements in infrastructure, connectivity, and administrative services to support the 5G services, said Mr. Sumit Mukhija, CEO, STT Global Data Centers India. According to him, the data centers most importantly will operate more sustainably as the companies are pressured to act in response to the growing climate change awarenesses. The commercial rollout of the 5G has the potential to increase the medium download speed by 10 times as compared to the existing 4G network. The 5G network is actually projected to account for almost 40% of India's mobile subscriptions by the end of 2027, with average data usage of 5 into 10 GB per month, that is 50 GB per month. According to Mohan, the public service cloud providers are actually to continue to see the double-digit demand growth driven by increasing use of the digital services by BFSI, manufacturing, public sector, media, gaming, etc. In turn, this is expected to drive the increasing demand for the data center industry. The 5G driven growth is over the top, that is OTT video streaming, online gaming, augmented reality, and digital commerce is actually expected to drive the data usage, and this would actually push the growth of data centers substantially. The data centers have already become crucial for several concepts such as payments, gaming, or even the needs of the upcoming trends such as the metaverse. This clearly indicates the rising preference for India among the global data center majors and is attributed to the data localization norms and the government's proposed new data center policy aimed at simplifying the rules. The new data center policy is actually expected to provide necessary clearances and infrastructure in a time-bound manner. Additional factors such as the new submarine cable infrastructure linking Mumbai and Chennai to Singapore, Southeast Asia, Europe, and the Middle East will also help position India as a more attractive Asia-Pacific location for the data center development, expansion, and investment in the years to come. With a population of over 1.4 billion, the world's fifth largest economy in terms of GDP, and an expanding focus on the digital delivery of services, India represents a key market opportunity to extend the coverage, capacity, and connectivity options for the world's leading service providers as well as the local and global enterprise customers. India is a high growth market with the data center demand expected to significantly increase, driven by the rapidly growing data consumption, the overall trend of the economy towards digitization, the onset of 5G, and data localization trends. So the basically colo concept, that is the colocation operators are scaling up the construction to meet the delivery targets. Some operators adopted retrofitting existing buildings to reduce the time of delivery. The supply of data centers has been mostly concentrated in Mumbai due to the submarine cable connectivity, power availability, and a large user market. As the year 2022 comes to an end, the supply is actually expected to exceed 2021 levels by a healthy margin. So as we can see, the rising trend of the Indian economy towards the digitization and 5G rollout is actually expected to bolster India's data centers further in 2023. And the basic highlight of this write-up is as follows. That is, the data centers in the country have already emerged as one of the most attractive growth opportunities for the global investors and developers. The investments are flowing into the data center segment with multiple new markets created simultaneously, along with the rapid development of the campuses with the extremely high sizes in the key cities including Mumbai and Chennai. And now, my dear friends, let's discuss the government's decisions pertaining to the rising COVID cases in India. Actually, as far as the COVID India cases are concerned, its live updates are as follows. That is, the New Year celebrations, there would be certain directions as per the Karnataka CM, Mr. Bommai. The Karnataka Chief Minister, Mr. Bommai, emphasized the importance of the raising awareness towards the increase in the COVID cases worldwide and the spread of the Omicron subvariant BF.7. At a cabinet meeting held on 26 December 2022, Mr. Bommai stated that the government will basically implement the preventive measures gradually in order to minimize the disruption to the daily life and economic activity. And this is actually very, very crucial to implement the changes gradually instead of rapidly introducing some changes, because we will have to bring in the preventive measures step by step without hampering the normal life and economic activities in any way, he said, adding, for the New Year's celebrations, there will be certain directions in the wake of an increase in the COVID cases in different parts of the world. So at the review meet, Mr. Sisodia directs the public hospitals to boost the COVID preparedness. And also, today, a mock drill will be conducted throughout the country at all the COVID hospitals. All the state health ministers will also take part in this at their level, tweets the Union Health Minister, Mr. Mansukh Mandavia. The teachers of the Delhi government schools will be deployed at the Delhi airport from December 31 to January 15 in order to ensure that the COVID appropriate behavior is being followed by the passengers arriving from abroad. Hence, the schools will remain closed in Delhi during this period due to the winter vacations. So this is the very fruitful utilization of the winter vacations by the Delhi school teachers. That is the Delhi government school teachers. Also, yesterday, that is on 26th, a meeting regarding COVID situation was held under CM's leadership as per Jharkhand Health Minister. He said that we have nearly 19,535 COVID beds, 122 and 27 RT-PCR labs, out of which 8 are functional and 12 will be functional soon. The thermal screening will be done at the airport, railway stations, and other entry points. Also, Mr. Sisodia directs the public hospitals to boost COVID preparedness. And the Chinese government will scrap all the quarantine measures for the COVID-19 from January 8, including the requirements for the inbound visitors, according to the National Health Commission, as per the Bloomberg News report. Also, today, a mock drill will be conducted throughout the country at all the COVID hospitals. All the state health ministers will take part in this at their level, tweets the Union Health Minister, Mr. Mansukh Mandavia. So we find this extremely useful, because the mock drills will actually prepare the doctors to how to manage the crisis if it comes. And also, the Union Health Minister, Mr. Mansukh Mandavia, interacted with the doctors and the representatives of the Indian Medical Association, wherein he urged them to join the fight against COVID-19 by providing accurate information to allay the fears and prevent an infodemic. It is actually very important to be on the alert and follow the COVID-appropriate behavior, and also refrain from spreading the unverified information. And as per the latest update, 2 COVID positive cases were detected at a Kolkata airport yesterday. So dear friends, this session ends here, and I really believe that this session would have helped you to gather very, very useful insights pertaining to the international economics of India. And also, as far as the Indian economy is concerned, it is progressing very rapidly towards digitization. And what all plans do we have for the upcoming G20 summit, and also for the upcoming year 2023, wherein the overall digital growth is expected to bolster with the growth in the data centers. Along with that, we have also discussed the key aspects of the Ukraine-Russia war, wherein the Ukraine President Mr. Zelenskiy approached our Prime Minister yesterday over the phone call to seek his help towards the peace formula, towards the implementation of the peace formula. So dear guys, I would like to conclude my session here itself, and I really believe that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get notified for the latest economic updates. And also, please give your feedback in the comment section. If you have any queries, then also you can mention that in the comment section, so that we can incorporate your valuable feedback in our subsequent sessions. And I would like to answer your queries at my best possible level, so that you get the proper clarity of the economic issues which we are discussing on this platform. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.